Welcome back. In this episode, we will take a look at how, once you have a database, you might need to retrieve data within the Canvas logic. For example, imagine that you build a newsletter and you want to send an email with the latest issue to everyone who is subscribed. You will have to retrieve every row in a table of your database and send one email to each. To achieve this kind of data retrieval operation, we have a dedicated node, the search node, which, as the name indicates, lets you search through and retrieve your data. This node is effectively an interactive form, which lets you define the conditions to find and the resulting shape of any data in your database. It assembles an SQL query under the hood. If you know how SQL queries work, then this is just a visual SQL query builder. It supports the features of SQL, including functions. If you don't know how SQL works, don't worry. All you have to think is, what conditions match the data that I'm looking for in my database? For example, let's say you have a waitlist table, where in each row you have stored a user email to invite to your next product, and you want to invite the next batch, but you should not send an email to the ones that have already been invited, as determined by the true value in the invited column of the table. Then, in the search node, double-click to edit the node. Choose your waitlist table as the main data source for your data. Under filter conditions, we want to match where the column invited is equal to false. And that is your condition. You can see an instant preview of the rows that your statement found in the results section. This is from your test data in the Canvas alone, not any real-life database from previous project publications. After the project is published, and this search runs in the cloud with the rest of your logic, that is when it will work with the real databases and real data. The search node can also have inputs, so that you can use external values connected to the search node from the Canvas as values in your search statement. For example, let's say you want to find a specific waitlist entry based on a given email value. You first create a new input, then connect the value on the Canvas or give it a manual one. And just like that, it is available to use throughout your search statement sections. In this case, we want to add a filter condition which checks if a row's email column is equal to the externally provided email address value from the input. In the output format section, you can rename columns to reshape the found data. You can also order the results based on a specific column. You can skip a given number of first rows and select only a given number in total. You can also uncheck the As List checkbox, which will modify the output to be a single entry, instead of outputting a list. Otherwise, the output value of a search node will always be a list, even if only one or even no entries were found. Finally, it is worth mentioning that you can use SQL functions. You can see the functions available in the dropdowns. For example, count all the available rows for this table in the database. We can see that at first, it returns a count of one row. That is, because we still have the filter condition from earlier. If we remove it, it now counts all existing rows with a total of 5. Let's quickly test it. After running the node in the Canvas, the result of our search is available as an output to be used with the rest of our Canvas logic. And that is all for this episode. In the next episode, we will cover loops. Loops are a node type which executes the same logic multiple times. Go watch the next episode in this series to have that as one more tool to build amazing software with Elyx. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon so YouTube notifies you when Elyx posts more tutorials or announcements. See you in the next video.